Hi, welcome to the Jay Flight SLX 245RLS by Jayco. We're going to do a brief tour of the trailer, and we're going to start on the outside. First thing that we're going to come to on the outside is the stabilization jacks. These are not meant to level the trailer. You should have your trailer mostly level. These are just meant to stabilize any small movements in the trailer. Right above here, we'll see the access for your front storage compartment. It is a pass-through, and there is also access underneath the bed. This is where you'll find your manual crank for your front tongue jack, and then your manual crank for the stabilization jacks. Continue along the front, we will see the side marker light. What's of note here is the extra plastic piece. That is actually a housing for a rear view camera. There is one located here, on the other side at the front, and at the rear of the trailer. These can be purchased as an extra. So we'll continue along the front of the trailer. We'll come to the battery storage area. Now, we have not sold this trailer yet, so it is there's no battery on it, but you'll notice your 12-volt leads, and directly in front of there you will see your breakaway switch. So this is attached to the tow vehicle, and in the event that the tow vehicle becomes separated from your RV, the pin will pull and the trailer brakes will engage. Conversely, if you ever have a moment or a time where it doesn't feel like it's pulling right, or it feels like the brakes are engaged, it is possible to sometimes pull this out during your setup. So it could just be that you accidentally engage the trailer brakes. Moving on, we'll look at the propane system. So what we have here is a double 30-pound system with a crossover regulator. What the crossover means, this little indicator handle here, and when it's pointed in this direction, it will draw from this tank until it gets below a certain predetermined pressure, and then it will automatically switch over, or cross over if you will, and draw from the other tank. Very useful on cold nights. If you're running a furnace, you don't have to come out and switch those over. Also on the front here, we have your tongue jack, powered tongue jack. Now, we showed you in the front storage compartment that there's the manual crank handle. You would use that right here. There's a rubber plug. You remove that, crank goes in. Then you can use your tongue jack with the manual crank. There's also a nice light on the front. Good if you're loading in the dark. So we'll continue along the front of the trailer. You'll notice that there is another stabilization jack here. There's 4 of them located at the 4 corners of the trailer. There's the other marker light and the camera body that I was speaking of earlier. And we'll keep moving along the outside of the trailer. Next thing we'll come to is your outdoor shower. We have your tank flush. So you hook your garden hose up to here. You can use it to flush out your black water tank. And directly below the shower, we have your city water connection. So again, this is basically where you stick your garden hose from your campground or your house, and it gives you water to your trailer. Right below here, we have the output for your black and gray water tanks and the valves for each. So you have your gray water and black water valves here. Continuing along the outside, we'll go around the slide out here to your fresh water fill point. So if you're not going to be at a campground, you're not going to have the water that we showed you before, then you fill the freshwater tank. So you can use the pump to draw water, and this is where you fill that fresh water. The next thing is the 30 amp power supply. This is what you would plug into your campground power. And then right above there, we'll see the cable or satellite TV inputs for the trailer. Coming around the back, we'll notice that there is a ladder for roof access here. And then if we go across to the center, there is the housing for your rear view camera. Again, that's an extra purchase. So just continue along the outside of the trailer. You'll notice we have kind of a mini outdoor kitchen, some storage and a little fridge. Now one thing I noticed when I open this, if you put your hand in the handle, there's a good chance you're going to catch your knuckles on the compartment door. So I would recommend grabbing from the side. Save yourself some sore knuckles. So continue along here. We get to the awning side again, or the door side. First thing you'll notice is we have a mount for the TV. We have an output for a TV, as well as a GFCI power supply for a TV, so you can watch some TV under your awning. We also have on each head of the awning speakers. I'll show you how you can use those later on when we go inside. And also under here we have the outside access to your hot water heater. A couple things are important to note here. One is this is your pressure relief valve, and this is the drain. If you're ever removing this drain plug from the drain, always open the pressure relief valve. Otherwise, that drain will shoot out like a rocket. So lastly, on this side of the trailer, we'll look at the venting for the fridge. It's important that this remains free of obstructions. Don't lean anything against it, as airflow is needed for proper functioning of the refrigerator. Okay, let's take the tour inside and we'll see what we have. As soon as we step through the door, a couple things that come out at you right away is your carbon monoxide propane alarm. It's important that you test this every so often just to make sure it's functioning. You can do that by pressing the button on the front here, and you'll hear a series of loud and very intrusive beeps. So I'm not going to do that right now. But it's a good idea. I usually do it with the carbon monoxide detector. I usually do it with the carbon monoxide detector, or sorry, the smoke alarm when I do that. Right here, smoke detector. Every 6 months, daylight savings time is the easiest time to remember to do it. You can do the batteries and everything then. Change your batteries, and then you can also test your carbon monoxide and propane alarm. So we're going to continue on here. We'll go to the front of the trailer, and on our way there we'll see the thermostat. This thermostat is a capacitive touch button. You touch it lightly. It means it's not a mechanical button. You don't have to press it in hard or anything. But you basically just cycle through. You got your fan, high, low, and auto, cool, and heat. And that's about it for that. We'll continue on into the bedroom here, and we will take a look at your emergency exit. Emergency exit, and you press down on the black tab, push the red handle over, then you can push the red handle all the way out of the window, pull the red tab on the screen, remove the screen, and then you can escape to safety. While we're over here, we'll also show you the nice blinds. Very simple to use. They pull down. They pull down like that. Nice and simple. They look good. And then all you do, push, and up they go. There is There is a switch here for some nice night light in the bedroom. And the other thing, we have TV mounted here for your TV mount already installed, as well as the output for the cable or satellite and the 120 volt plug. And this trailer is also wired for solar, so the connections are all behind this point here, and the rest of the connections are on the roof of the trailer. So we'll go into the bathroom here. Pretty standard, nice corner shower. It's pretty nice. We also have a nice rubber lock here, so it keeps the doors closed. They're not banging around while you're driving. Pretty standard skylight, as well as fan. Well, let's move on to the main part of the trailer here. The first thing we're going to look at is your slide controls. You can control the slide in and out at this point. And then next to that we have the switch for the awning. You can control the awning in and out. And right above there we have the switch for the main lights of the trailer, as well as the awning lights. Next to that we have your indication panel, your battery, your fresh black and gray water tank levels, as well as water pump and your water heater on gas and electric. I'm going to take a look at the rest of the trailer. Just want to make note, under the sink there's a red Robbie screw here to remove this access panel, and you get access to your water pump. The valve there, make sure the valve is pointing to the fill hose if you wish to use the pump to winterize your trailer, or bring it to us. Next we'll take a look at your panel here. This you'll find regular breakers like you might see in your house, and then fuses like you might see in your car for the low voltage side. Step up and take a look at your stove. Never light the stove with this glass top down. Always make sure it's all the way back, especially when traveling as well. Make sure that is down. But turn to the light position. See the little flame there. And turn the handle, and it should light. I have the gas turned off, so it won't do that. Right now we'll come to look at the oven. It is lit very similarly. The big difference here, you turn it to the light position. The difference being is you have to press and hold the knob in while you turn the sparker. Okay, next we'll take a look at your refrigerator. There's 3 settings: auto, off, or gas. On the gas, it will only use gas. And if something happens in trying to light that it didn't light properly, it says right here, check if flashing. So this light will flash. 9 times out of 10, you just turn the bottles on, there's not enough pressure built up, so turn it off, turn the fridge off, let it sit for a few minutes, and then try it again. Or you can go auto, and that'll switch automatically between gas and electric. It will do electric automatically first if it's available, and then gas. Just take a quick little look around here. We'll fold the table to the bed. Just take the legs off, and you can store those under your other bed or inside these storage compartments here. And then that folds flat into a nice extra bed. This couch does the same. Lift up, and it folds flat into another sleeping for another guest. We have another emergency exit at the back of the trailer. It's much the flip that lock up, and now your window's open. Pretty easy, no screen to worry about. Right out, escape to safety. And lastly, when speaking about the thermostat there and the AC, this is the AC unit here. These baffles, if they're closed, will force the majority of the air through these ports throughout the trailer. You see one there, one there, bathroom, bedroom. However, if this is open, the majority of the cold air will just fall right here. So the last thing we want to talk about is your radio. It has Bluetooth connectivity, 5 volt charging through the USB port. You also have a HDMI connectivity as well as an auxiliary connectivity. You are able to play DVDs in this one, and you're also able to play in 2 zones. So zone 1 is inside the trailer. Zone 2 are the speakers outside on the head of the awning that I showed you earlier. You can play both together at once. You can play just outside, just inside, or you can turn them both off. The other thing that I want to mention before we wrap this up is, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but inside here, behind the TVs, they have a booster for your antenna. So if that green light is on and you're trying to connect the cable, it won't work. So if you see that green light and what you're wanting is to use the cable or the satellite, you need to click the little button there, turn the green light off, and then it should connect to the cable or satellite. You want to see that green light on when you're trying to use your antenna. That wraps up our orientation. I hope you enjoyed our little tour. If there's anything you would like a little more in-depth knowledge on, or if you have any questions, we're always here to help. Please give us a call. Thank you.